Hafa Guam. I'm Adriana Cotero. You are watching The Greater Good, and I am joined here with Jenn Peredo. I said your last name right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Like I said, I'm learning, but you are with a department representative with PIC Cares, which is one of the committees under PIC, correct?
Yes.
Now, I know you guys just had your luminary ceremony, which is your annual ceremony, and I was learning a little bit about it, but I can't wait to learn more now that you're here. So tell me what PIC Cares is, the committee in general.
PIC Cares Committee is a group of us managers, and we represent our departments. We come together, discuss team building exercises, fundraisers, events where we can get our hourly staff, family members involved in raising funds for our local charities, namely the Edward M. Calvo Foundation and Guam Cancer Care. And so that's what we do. We get together. We've actually formed the committee since 2013.
Wow. And you've been with the committee ever since?
Since day one, yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Since day one. Okay.
We kind of just every year get together and, raise the funds for everybody and work as a team. We have 700 employees that raise approximately $20,000. That's our goal every year, is $20,000.
So how did the committee form? What brought PIC to make PIC Cares?
We actually, we wanted to support our local community a little bit more, so we followed the mission statements for Guam Cancer Care and the Edward M. Calvo Foundation of supporting our local community, which is why we really wanted to invest in them and assist with them in their efforts.
So what drew to those two, the Edward M. Calvo
It's really their mission statement of helping and supporting our local community. I mean, cancer is a big thing on the island, and there's not a person that you could talk to that's not been affected by it. So,
right? One way or another.
Yeah, one way or another, whether it be a friend or, family member. So this was something that we were passionate about and trying to make sure that we raise awareness, not just within our little hotel family, but also within the island itself.
So in raising awareness, you guys hold a big annual ceremony,
Yes.
and when was it this year? Just
this year we had it November 6th in our banquet room. That's the date that we hold the luminary ceremonies and we present the checks to the two foundations.
So for those that don't know, what is the luminary ceremony?
Our
I know we have some
examples
here.
So this year we actually did recycled bottles with corks lights and some stickers in honor of and in memory of.
Got Jason here can bring it up closer. But yeah. So in honor of and in memory of.
In honor of and in memory of family members. If you don't have anybody directly affected by it, then you could put to all survivors for all those lost. Just this is in a remembrance or in honor of somebody who's been touched by cancer.
So everyone that attends, essentially they'll write a little message and put it on this, and these are all on the table.
Yes.
Okay, and then during the ceremony, you also awarded the donation.
Yes, we awarded the donations of this year. We were able to give $10,000 each to each respective committee. I'm sorry, foundation and Guam Cancer Care.
So typically it's about that much, 10,000.
About that much, yes, ma'am.
And so you guys raise these funds just within PIC,
yes.
And you hold fundraisers all year long.
Pretty much all year long. We get started in about May, and then we run through the year. Usually every month we have a huge fundraiser, so we'll have a breakfast burrito sale. We also had pancake breakfast sales. We've had bowling tournaments.
Wow,
we've had our 9-ball tournament, our annual 9-ball tournament this year, and last year we actually added a little bit more spice to the 9-ball tournament. We've incorporated themes. So last year was dressed as a cowboy, and then this year was Revenge of the Nerds. So
okay.
We had a bunch of people come in.
Everyone dressed up.
Dressed as nerds. Then we have our Sales and Marketing Executive Office Lip Sync Battle. That is one of the good ones.
You guys do a lip sync.
They do a lip sync battle. They also do a dance battle. So
okay.
It's really nice to see the talent that we have within our organization. Our front office, they do car washes. Housekeeping department also does a karaoke night and a rummage sale. we've had, hold on, let me just refer to my
Yeah,
notes.
of course.
So we've had, our SEA patio party, we've done one of those. We've also done a barbecue grill raffle. We've done the F&B chicken dinner sale, always a hit. And then of course we've had our luminary sale.
So these are, I mean, while you're raising these funds, these are great, like you mentioned, team building opportunities. And so you guys all get together, have fun with one another, get to know one another. You said about 700 employees?
Yeah.
So how is it for you to see these employees come together?
I love
such
it.
A great
I
initiative?
mean, I really feel very prideful to work for, a company like PIC where we actually do incorporate our regular staff, our hourly staff with our management, and it's nice to get input and hear their perspectives and what they think. Oh, maybe we should add, a costume, or maybe we should do this, or just it's fun to get new ideas and hear what they have to say, and then to see the pride of like, oh, I thought of that. You guys are awesome.
It's like, don't forget this was just.
They're like, oh, can we help? I'm like, sure, not a problem. Like always just very energetic about it.
So the committee, each year someone else takes on management, correct? Because
Yes.
I know I spoke with Andrew, who I believe was in charge for this year's luminary ceremony.
It was, this year we had 3, Andrew, Rika, and Rachel. Between the 3 of them was this year. In previous years we've had usually 2 to 3 managers to kind of help, one logistically, one, just kind of talk amongst each other, kind of between them and the executive office and us. So that's how we.
And how are they determined who gets to sit as manager during this this whole process?
That's actually, they're picked by the executive committee as far as who represents on a yearly basis, and then within the departments themselves, it's picked by your department manager, your department head. Yeah.
And have you ever been one of the managers for the event?
I've when we were doing it in previous years, yes, I was a committee member. I was one of the higher ones, but in previous year, like lately, it's just I'll be the department representative and let kind of everybody feel it and enjoy it and understand it more, so that they feel as passionate about everything as we do.
What was your biggest takeaway when you sat as that position, and also a takeaway now seeing it from the other side?
My biggest takeaway was the amount of support, really. Like, you don't realize, wow, $20,000 is a big number, and to be raised by 700 employees, and you're just like.
Especially in-house.
In-house, yes. In-house, and you're just like, wow, you guys are awesome. I can't, there's no words. There's really no words to see how everybody gets together, and they're like, this is something we gotta do. And that's the biggest when I was there. Now it's kind of, I like to see the new ideas, the new inventions, like the luminaries, just to kind of see everybody else's perspectives, and you take away a lot, and you're like, wow, I didn't realize that you had the talent to sing, or wow, you're a really good dancer, you kind of really enjoy it through the years.
Wow. So at the ceremony, I know when we were speaking beforehand, you mentioned that sometimes you guys have guest speakers.
Yes. And
do they come and share their personal stories, whether they, I don't know if they suffered with cancer or had a family member or were a caregiver?
The guest speakers that I do remember in recent past, they are survivors of cancer. Currently, currently with the foundation, Edward M. Calvo Foundation and Guam Cancer Care, they have assistance from them. So to see that our efforts and the direct people that are receiving those efforts, it touches you, because like I said, everybody has been affected by cancer. So, it's really humbling to see, wow, we did this, we're able to help him or her, kind of get the care that they need to go out there and seek the awareness, so.
Is there anything you could share that maybe one of their stories that they shared with, during the event, or one of the past events that
I know
wasn't?
that one of our speakers, as far as transportation, Guam Cancer Care was able to, with the funds that they raised through many organizations, they were able to pick him up as far as transportation. You know, it's something to go to doctor's appointments, and to have to rely on somebody, it's a toll if you're a caretaker. So, to have that extension, of services from people.
Sorry, I was trying to pull this up so that if we have any comments, we can pull those up as well. Now it's making noise. Okay.
No worries.
Oh no.
Just turn the volume down.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, guys. But if there are comments, we will share them.
But yeah, I mean, it's nice to see that you get that. He was like, my treatment, getting detected, seeing all of these things, receiving the care, having the transportation to and from home to the doctor kind of deal. It's one of those things you're just like, wow, I didn't realize, like having to do all of that.
Something as little as that, transportation, getting them to and there, and you're making the biggest difference in their lives, and then not even their lives, and their families' lives, and everyone else that's involved. Like you mentioned, everyone is touched one way or another by cancer. So even that smallest difference, and then you're able to see that you guys had a part in that.
Yeah, it's really it's rewarding to see that outcome, and like again, raising awareness, having people know that you can go to these organizations and seek help, find out more information, whether it be, how to get tested or all of those things. Like those are the things that, coming from a family who's had cancer throughout the generations, it really, awareness is key. Sorry.
No, you're okay.
So, like, especially people who are, it's genetically passed down. Like those are the things that you're just like, oh my God, am I? Do I have a history of it? Can I be affected by it? Those are things that people worry about, and you don't realize that. And kind of giving them the opportunity to be like, I can go get tested. This is what was recommended. I should go. I can find out information.
So you have a personal connection then? With,
I have a personal connection. The reason why I work so hard every year is my grandmother.
So sorry. I'm sorry.
She lost her battle for, I want to say 13 years now. I could be wrong, but she was a glue, to anything. And she taught me how to bake. So all of these things, I would hate for a future generation to have to feel that, that loss. So early prevention, early detection. Sorry.
No, you're okay. I want to give you a hug. It's okay. Don't worry. It's okay. I understand. I mean, I recently lost, almost a year, lost my grandfather. It wasn't to a battle of cancer, but just old age. And I know you and I were talking a little bit before too, and you mentioned this beautiful necklace that you have in remembrance of her. And I was like, I have jewelry too for my grandfather.
They're always with us.
I know, they really are. And what I realized, because trust me, when my grandfather had first passed, and it's almost reaching his 1-year death anniversary at the end of this month, and while I think back to him all the time, it's such at least we have had them in our lives to think back to, because some people don't even they never had that personal connection with their grandparents, and I'm like, it took me a while to get there, because at first I was like, oh, I just wish he was here, and I could speak to him whenever I want, but at least we have people to miss, right? And these beautiful memories to remember them, and then, once a year you get to write them down and tell everyone else about it too.
Right? And it's nice to hear stories of other people, and how it's not nice to hear it, but to hear how they've been touched by cancer, and it's open to our employees, so our employees write their family members' names down, and you're just like, wow, I didn't realize. And you have similar experiences, so you're able to share
with your employees.
There's
We have
one at the bottom.
some comments. So Katrina, you know her, Katrina. Can you say the last name?
Katrina Bumaga.
Bumaga says, "Love you, Jen,"
and
then Naomi Paris Arceo says, "Awesome job."
Yeah.
See, we need to share these stories.
You want to give them a shout out? They're watching right now.
Hey boss, hey Kat.
Oh, the boss.
Oh,
Yeah,
the boss
that's
is
the
watching.
boss.
Hi, boss. Thanks for letting her come on the podcast. Thanks,
Yeah,
Reese.
you know,
for
you
sharing
don't-
those.
Just kidding.
Yeah, last year we actually I found out a couple of stories too, and I was just like, oh my gosh, you know, you don't. People usually keep their composure together, and you're just like, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to make you cry. Like, I'm an emotional
I
person.
know, I'm like, I'm sorry, I
will
didn't
cry.
mean to make you cry right now.
I will cry watching a puppy
Yeah.
commercial, but you know
Yeah.
that's
That's
the-
okay. Emotions are good. Like, it means we're real. We're alive.
That's why I love our PIC's care, our
Mhm.
PIC Cares committee. You know, they bring it all together, and then you have that teamwork, that bonding experience, and you realize that, wow, we have a lot more in common. You know,
hmm
than
Well,
just working together.
Speaking of, we got some more.
I was gonna say, great. Oh, here we go. Mateo.
Oh my God, Lisa.
Great. So we have Lisa. Is that?
Yeah, Lisa.
Great job, Jen. Way to represent.
Ah.
And then Naomi says hello. Hi, Jen. But
Man, you got some fans.
I know.
Yeah. I told everybody else don't watch it on the news.
But as you mentioned that you realize throughout this year, or as you guys are fundraising
Mhm.
and through the ceremony, that you end up having more comparisons with your
Yeah.
employees. And I'm sure even because you had told me about your story with your necklace,
Yeah.
and maybe they never even knew
Yep.
what that was
What
about.
it
But
represented.
do you mind sharing?
Sure.
Okay. Because
So-
I don't know, I just thought it was so beautiful.
There's a fabric inside my necklace that's from my grandmother's dress from her rehearsal dinner or the night before the wedding. That's a part of the dress she wore. And then we have a breast cancer ribbon, and then our birthstone, something we love. I am in love with Halloween.
Okay.
So sugar skulls, and then of course my initial. All of my female cousins all have a necklace that was given to them, you know, just so that they have something always of grandma with them.
Mm-hmm.
Even the ones that didn't get to meet her, they got one.
Mhm.
So, you know, it was something that for us, we had to do. Like I said, grandma held everybody together. She was the glue. You know, my
Yeah.
uncle just did the Real Men Wear Pink in honor of
Uh-huh.
her. So, you know, our family is really big on raising funds and raising awareness and making sure that everybody, you know, that can be tested, early detection,
Mhm.
you know, just seeking the funds.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you've been diagnosed and you don't know what to do, like you have these local foundations,
Mhm.
the Edward M. Calvo Foundation, Mom Cancer Care, they're there for you, you know,
Mhm.
they really do help the community, and that's one of the biggest things that we're very, you know, like, we really want to help support them and help them raise more awareness, raise
Mhm.
more funds so that they can help others.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. And I know when we were also talking, you guys don't really advertise too
No.
much these efforts.
No, we
why?
don't.
Why is that?
Really, it's by word of mouth. We, if you know somebody in the organization, and you know they sell it to you. Hey, come by, come check it out. You know, enjoy. Come out and try our 9-ball tournament, or you should come watch
Or the
us.
breakfast burrito.
Or-
I
yeah,
heard
or
that
breakfast.
one. And the pancake.
Breakfast burritos, like they're a hit. Like, come by, check it out. You know.
You had her at breakfast burrito.
I know. And that was the first thing she said. I was like, what?
Yes, our engineering team, they are awesome of, you know, coordinating all of that, getting it ready. So, mad efforts to them, mad efforts to our F&B department for their chicken dinner. Oh my God, I'm telling you, chefs, Denancy is on point.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, so.
Everyone hear that? Nancy?
You know, we
And
just
this girl
have-
likes hot.
Uh-huh.
She likes
Yeah.
pica.
Yeah,
I like it
so.
spicy.
So we have, you know, all of that, all of
Mhm.
those efforts that our employees really, they want to put the effort in, and then they just kind of share it amongst themselves, you know, amongst their families and friends.
So something I've learned about PIC, and you know, I was living on Saipan prior to here, and there's
Mhm.
PIC there as well, and I found out that a lot of the employees, they came over there to be club mates, right?
Mhm.
So they're from the mainland, and then they ended up staying and then making Saipan their home.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that's common here in Guam, that they, you know, they come from the mainland or
Mhm.
overseas, where have you, and then they come here and they end up staying, and they either work full time at PIC or stay with the company. But to see them come here and want to make efforts and strides for someplace that really wasn't their home, but they made their home.
Yeah.
That's beautiful in itself.
I'm gonna shout out my girlfriend Amanda.
Okay, Amanda.
Amanda. she actually moved here from Portland, Oregon. So she moved here, and she was a clubmate.
Okay.
And unfortunately, she had both her parents. She's lost both her parents to the battle of cancer. But every year she's out there, she's helping sell chicken dinners, she's out there pushing sales for a patio party, you know, and like you said, she's not from Guam, but Guam is her home. This is her community, and to see her like passionate about it, not just because her parents, you know, but because this is her community, this is her home, so, you know.
She wants to make a difference here now too.
There's one really nice one that just came.
Oh, we got a really nice one. We got some more comments. Okay, so here we go. Do you know Esther?
That's my mom.
Oh, hi, Mom. She goes, way to go, sweetheart.
Aww.
Oh.
There, we got her.
Aww. And then we have Jake putting up the praise arms, or hands.
Yeah.
Very nice. A lot of
That's
comments.
way to represent Jake too.
Yep.
Jake was our former teen reporter.
Jake he's best friend.
Okay.
Yeah.
BFF.
Jake is best friend.
So you got mom, you got your girlfriend, you got BFF.
Yep.
I also sent it to Rachel Sayers because she's awesome.
Yes. Hi. This year we do have to shout out to Rika.
Okay.
Rika Kaufman, Rachel Sayers, and Andrew Singh. Those
Shout
are
out.
our three committee members for PIC Cares this year. And like I said, every year it's somebody different, it's somebody new. Just to see their perspective and get everybody's opinion, and you know, and see where they want to go with it. Now, the committee is passing the torch to you. How would you like to move on? You know?
And you've seen it all the way. I mean,
I've seen
how
it.
many years have you been with PIC?
Total 17 years in September.
Okay,
Yeah,
wow.
I made 17, so
Very nice.
right
And
out of
then-
high school, I'm just like, oh my god, it's been 17 years. I can't
So
believe
you've
it.
grown with the company though, and then you said you've been with the PIC Care since the beginning too.
Yep.
So you have seen different people take on positions, see where they take it.
Yep. And it's really rewarding. Like I said, it's really rewarding to see the growth, to see how different people adapt and how they bring a new perspective to things. And it's one of those things you're just like, wow, you just got to be passionate about it, and you can't not be passionate when you have PIC Cares. You know, this is our employee organization showing the community that as a whole we all care. We all care not just about us, but also about you guys and about everything that's going on.
Why would you encourage other businesses? Because you know we see a lot of nonprofit organizations do efforts like this, but why would you encourage other businesses within the community to take on even a small initiative?
Because, you know, at the end of the day, every single one of us is going through something. It doesn't matter the struggle, you're going through something. And you would hope that other people can understand that. And without really knowing it, we've kind of awarded our employees like, hey, our efforts are like this, we've done this, you know, and to encourage other people to come out and share the same thing, share the pride in our community. We want to build our community. We want to make sure that we make Guam, you know, stand out from everybody. You know, this is us, our island pride.
Okay, there's a very special one, second from the top. From the bottom, I should say.
Right.
Second from the bottom.
Second to hi Nina.
Oh,
That's love right there.
Hi Nina. Aww.
yeah.
Yes.
Your godson, goddaughter.
But
Goddaughter.
Goddaughter, okay.
You want to say that? Is it
That's
Ron Ray? But I'm
June and
June
Raven.
and
yeah.
Raven Borja.
Thanks, Ton.
Oh, yep, we got
Yeah.
Tanya. Great job, Jen. A lot of comments.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like you were saying, making Guam a better place. That's essentially why I even started this podcast. Is you know for the greater good.
Yeah.
So it's so nice to be able to have so many people and people like yourselves and PIC come on here and talk about the differences that they make within the community.
Yep.
But okay, so before we go, is there anything else you want to mention about PIC? If you guys have any other, do you have any other
We
fundraisers
actually,
or events
well,
coming up?
Not necessarily fundraisers, but because it's the end of the year, we have our our guest New Year's Eve splashdown party for the guests in the hotel.
Okay.
We throw a splashdown party, and then of course Next year we have
A splashdown party? That
Yes.
sounds like fun. What about if you're not a guest at the hotel? I'm just kidding.
yeah, it's mainly to have our guests enjoy something festive on Guam, and then also next year in April we have our United Guam Marathon. So gearing up for that already.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Mhm.
Wow. I've always wanted to run a marathon.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just do the half first.
I'll cheer you on.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
But all right, well, thank you, Jen, and
Thank
thank you
you.
for sharing your personal story and all the efforts that PIC does and PIC Cares does. And
Yes.
it's really beautiful. So thank you. I appreciate that. And thank you all for watching. I'm Adriana Cotero for The Greater Good.
Bye.